Fortnitemares is officially live with unexpected collabs arriving, but the Season 5 leaks are even crazier. Although we're in Chapter 4, Chapter 1 is now in front of us with the time machine and the date is specified on it, which we have all the details about going into next season. Don't forget, when picking up the Battle Pass or anything from the item shop, it would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug if you could enter code FM1 inside there. Literally one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, and I spent $100 on this cutout literally just to get Charlie to sit in front of it was actually harder. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, so here's a bunch of hearted comments on screen right now that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if you get it right, it could be shown hearted on screen in the next video, so make sure you subscribe with all notifications turned on so you get to that video as soon as it's uploaded. Diving straight into it all before the Season 5 intel, of course, with 26.30 or Fortnitemares going live, we have two sets of free rewards introduced just for this Halloween event, being Horde Rush initially, where we can get 3 cosmetics and 225,000 XP for completing all of the challenges, on top of all these 8 for Fortnitemares that you can see in your own challenge tab. And of course, despite the XP quests already being there, there's going to be more added, as we need to get a total of 25 to unlock all of the cosmetics. Speaking of these cosmetics specifically, the best or most interesting one that was found during downtime initially that had players puzzled, as we knew the time machine was going to be on the island, but in this loading screen call within the Sanctum, we didn't expect there to be a date on it set for us to go back in time. This of course also shows Kato Thorn's kinetic blade, or the red kinetic blade, the only mythic one we've ever seen. Alongside for Fortnitemares, we've had all of these unvaulted, 3 of which have mythic variants, but the pumpkin launcher doesn't. And although this season on the Battle Pass still states it's ending November 3rd, meaning it's not going to be extended anymore, as this is the final update 26.30, Fortnitemares challenges happen to land on in 3 weeks and 1 day when I'm recording anyways, from October 11th on the 1st of November, so of course it's ending with November starting or just after Halloween. With this being the final update before November, data miners have already managed to find the crew pack skin, of course warranting us that Chapter 4 Season 5 Battle Pass, or should I say Chapter 1 Season 5. As you can see, FireMonkey stated the official name for the November 2023 pack skin is called Hybrid Evolved. Obviously Hybrid was a skin in Chapter 1 Season 8's Battle Pass. This obviously complements the time travel theme, as the date set on this time machine itself in the Sanctum, which is, you know, the vault inside the vault of Eclipse Estate, where we can find the hardest mythic boss to eliminate, Kato Thorn, and the mythic kinetic blade. If it wasn't already obvious by the loading screen in-game, it's still set to the 12th of July 2018 for the next destination or time we're going to shift to. This of course happens to directly land in Chapter 1 Season 5 Worlds Collide, you know, that introduced Paradise Palms and Lazy Links, and even toys to that particular Battle Pass for those that had forgotten, where we also saw, most importantly in the cinematic trailer, tons of props from real life or other universes make its way into Fortnite due to the rift tear in the sky, thanks to the Blast Off or Visitor rocket launch first ever Fortnite live event. With props toward the end of Chapter 1 Season 4 showing, with us thinking it was because of this tear in the sky pulling things from different realities, it was actually from Kato Thorn, what he's doing right now, as over the next few days or weeks until the release of Chapter 4 Season 5, or the end of this season should I say, we're going to be seeing Chapter 1 Season 5 items appear on the current map as Hypex leak. Not only that, but right now at Mega City we can already see teasers of Chapter 1 Season 5, for instance this kind of, you know, billboard art right here, holographic of the Drift skin being level 1 of the Chapter 1 Season 5 Battle Pass. For those that had forgotten, Ragnarok of course was level 100, and both of these had insane upgrades from their normal version. Literally all of the data miners in downtime yesterday, from knowing things in advance, were tweeting out the Worlds Collide video for Chapter 1 Season 5, the cinematic itself leading off of this rocket launch or blast off live event. And for that reason, considering it was called Worlds Collide, with this world Chapter 4 Season 4 going back in time, colliding with that reality. As you can see in today's thumbnail, I've named Chapter 4 Season 5 or Season 5 that we're just going into overall, as it's kind of going back in time to Chapter 1, almost not Chapter 4 Season 5 called. The name for it I've given is Worlds Rewind, as we're rewinding all the way back to this moment that occurred over 5 years ago. Again, over the next few weeks we're going to be seeing more teasers on these holographic Mega City billboards of us going back in time. For instance, Chapter 1 Sky apparently is now visible in Mega City according to Hypex, but I'm yet to see these advertised. And before we go even further with Season 5, I just wanted to compare on screen these 2 new Halloween skins to their survey form, as obviously this was predicted way in advance by data miners, leakers and insiders that they would be upcoming with the Halloween updates. Always insane to see how Epic Games actually make them in 3D models and implement them into the game. The time machine being added in Fortnite was the perfect move right now to make the possibilities endless, especially with the direction going back to our OG times that everybody realistically wanted to see. Of course, the 12th of July 2018 not only lands for Chapter 1 Season 5 in itself, that time frame, but according to Hypex, Kato Thorn's loading screen shows this date, which is the release date of Chapter 1 Season 5. If you forgot, Chapter 5 Season 1 also begins on December 3rd as the Jurian or Chapter 4 finale. First live event of this chapter actually occurs on December 2nd, going into a fixed downtime, which will mean for this month that we're on the Chapter 1 island with different transitions and so many map changes occurring frequently. It's going to be a live event happening within this chapter once again, another end event. As Hypex described right here, Chapter 1's return, a reliable source claimed a day before Season 4 that Chapter 1 returns in Season 5 due to the time machine breaking, and that will cycle through Chapter 1 seasons for a month with constant map changes and OG weapons / loophole until the black hole. Then we go into Chapter 5, and today we see Chapter 1 Season 5 teasers. Also heard similar things and hints from multiple sources with FBR sections and Sheena BR. Hopefully this means the end event occurs as did, again with maybe some changes due to the time shift or time travel from the time machine. And considering the Black Hole Fortnite live event was covered on news, many people thought it was gone forever because of this being the most groundbreaking gaming live event I think I can hands down say. It's safe to say we're going to be seeing this screen toward the end of Chapter 4 as a whole in Season 5, or this mixed reality season going through Chapter 1. Not only that too, hopefully we can play the minigame, and hopefully a lot more of the lore or storyline, should I say, makes sense, especially all of the visitors' voice lines or tapes that we could collect around the Season X island to end off Chapter 1, which didn't really make too much sense at the time.
What the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever. I speculate that no one calculated the formation of the island, that interdimensional matter collisions would resolve rather than push. Now that I witnessed it firsthand, it's obvious that pinching alone made it inevitable. When I hear this again, will it help me remember? Or once looped, will I be just as muted as the others? No matter, it seems the lengthy precautions worked. The theorem was a success. You arrived outside the loop at the exact moment of expansion. This effectively paused the singularity, giving us time to create the devices needed to synchronize the junction. What I didn't factor was that the only way to trigger the device was from within the loop itself. Thus this hasty and primitive recording, and why now I find myself looped. Activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. The 0 point must be contained once more. If they are correct, it will be the end.
Maybe after all this time, this theorem he was on about that was actually muffled was a time machine or time travel theorem, and the device he's talking about, the time machine itself, already being used to get us back here, but once again, to get us, as he describes, out of the loop. It doesn't look like we're seeing an event to end off this season, as the time machine is set to go to that specific date of Chapter 1 Season 5. However, the sequence of this all happening has already been leaked thanks to Sheena, kept the last tweet short, but here's a more in-depth explanation of Chapter 4 Season 5 according to reliable information. The time machine will lose control and a rift will teleport our map to the Chapter 1 map. At this point, information becomes less clear, but it seems the maps could be mixed together in some way, Chapter 4 and Chapter 1. Next season's map will have huge chunks of the Chapter 1 map, and it will most likely rotate specific seasons on a weekly basis. Both old guns and old models are set to return, with all of the old kind of art style from Chapter 1 itself, and big parts of this leak come from a source that Hypex and another person he trusts a lot. Further confirmation comes from Sheena stating the Chapter 1 map is returning in Chapter 4 Season 5. This season will have old models and guns, it will be insanely fast paced, and has constant map changes until the end of November, being near the end of that season, which is very interesting considering the best events or map changes in my opinion occurred throughout Chapter 1. Let me know what your favourites were down below in the comments for an event, just simply an update or anything other. The most interesting thing about all of this in my opinion with the time machine taking us back is the availability of that Chapter 1 Season 5 Battle Pass once again. You heard that right. Justin Neagle describes it best over on Twitter, quote tweeting, Hypex stated about the Chapter 1 Season 5 items appearing on the Chapter 4 map. Epic Games have found a loophole for the next season. This has been their Battle Pass disclaimer since 2018. Well, if they time travel next season and we're back in Chapter 1 Season 5, what's stopping them from making those Battle Pass rewards available in that season? As you can see, the caption states, rewards from a Battle Pass can only be earned in that season and will not be available in later seasons. As we're technically in Chapter 1 Season 5 and going through Chapter 1 seasons after that until Season X or the end. This could even mean that half of Chapter 1's Battle Passes become available in the span of 1 month, but I hope this isn't the case for the OGs. Drop a like if you're excited to go back to Chapter 1 and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads, news leaks regarding this. Don't forget, when picking up any Halloween skins, enter code FM1 before you do so in time for the next Battle Pass release and going back to Chapter 1 also. Speaking of where you go to now though, click either of these two videos YouTube's recommended you specifically on screen whilst you wait for the very next upload I do publish on the channel.